Today, we're going to be trying out some new Minecraft 1.16 methods of gathering quartz and seeing whether or not it is more efficient than trading with villagers. Welcome to another episode on the Minetopia S1 server. My name is Tdot, and in this video we are going to be building a fully automatic gold farm with a sorting and smelting system alongside another farm which is going to be an automatic Piglin bartering farm which also has its own sorting system. If you haven't looked into Piglin bartering before, this video will highlight everything you need to know about them. When you throw a gold ingot at a Piglin, they pick it up and throw you an item in return. You will receive one of 18 unique items in 1.16.2. However, we are currently playing on the 1.16.1 update on this server, and the drop table is slightly different and only offers 17 unique items. Most of the items you can get from Piglin trading are very useful and can take a long time to gather outside of trading, making it a very useful farm. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I want to see whether or not you can get a decent amount of quartz using this method, as I need all the quartz I can get to build my mega base. I used two already existing farm designs because I wanted to get the best rates that I could. Both farm designs are linked in the description, so if you want to see how they are built and work, go check them out. The first thing when it comes to building a gold farm is that you want to find a nether waste biome to prevent anything other than zombified piglin spawning, and then you want to build the farm on the nether roof for the best spawn rates. When building this farm and using this design, you should probably actually spawn proof using glass before building the magma platform. But I didn't do this, like an idiot, and I was attacked by gas at an alarming rate which made this farm harder than it normally would be to build. A good thing about this gold farm design is that it actually provides a crazy amount of XP without you needing to deal any damage, whereas most of the other farms what are about now due to the 1.16 update, you actually have to hit the piglins, but this one actually is very AFK. After building the main chunk of the farm, I started to make a sorting system to separate the rotten flesh, gold nuggets and gold swords. If you haven't made a sorting system before, you can check out another video in the description to follow a step-by-step guide. I made the storage system pretty huge to be honest, and I did this to prevent any overflowing of the system. If someone was to AFK at the farm, it would crash the server if not. The smelting system was pretty simple. All the swords would funnel through to the end of the hoppers and then into two blast furnaces, and the gold ingots are all pushed back into the storage system. Currently, I'm using blaze rods from Adeli's Blaze Farm, which I donated half a stack of diamonds to pay for them because I didn't want to be a cheapskate. In the future, at my mega base, I am going to be building an automatic kelp farm which will provide us with a sustainable fuel source, but for now, the blaze rods are the best option. The reason why I need a lot of fuel is for the blast furnaces, because if I run out of fuel, the swords will build up very quickly and it will block the system and it will pretty much just lag out the server. After finishing with the sorting system, I then wanted to bring some piglins up to the gold farm so that when someone is AFKing at the farm, the piglins will also be trading away at the same time, meaning I would kill two birds with one stone and don't have to AFK in two different locations. I originally thought of finding a nearby crimson forest biome and using minecarts to bring them over to the farm. However, I found a bastion very close to the farm and tried to break the bedrock to then transport the piglins up to the farm. This didn't work, and I used gunpowder from Keris, so I bought that off you, so sorry about that Keris, I gave you a few diamonds for him. One thing that I did completely forget about is that you can actually just let them spawn above the nether like I was doing with the farm. So before I actually started doing that, I wanted to make the holding areas for the piglins. Once I made the holding areas, I went back to my original plan and built a small platform at the closest crimson forest biome. I then let some piglins spawn, tagged them with name tags so they didn't despawn, and sent them over to the farm using minecarts. Once I got all 8 piglins into their individual cells, I then had to make another storage system for all the items that they offer. As I mentioned, there are 17 unique items, and only 12 of these are stackable in a batch of 64. The other 5 items are just going to be filtered out to the end chests. This farm took an extreme amount of wood and iron to make all the chests and hoppers, so I had to do a lot of farming for woods, and I also had to buy a lot of iron from the shopping district. Once I began testing the farm, I realised that this server actually stacks items closer together than it usually would do on a single player world. This meant that some of the piglins would stop trading all of a sudden. To prevent this from happening, I had to spread the piglins apart even more. I eventually got to the point where all 8 piglins would be trading at the same time with no interruptions. Now, after AFKing for more than 12 hours, this is how much loot I got. And here we are. So after so many hours of building this entire thing, so many hours of AFKing, we have got 603 levels, which is just crazy amount of levels. Like, I don't know how many that would be equivalent to level 30, but I feel like it's going to be a lot. And I do want to try and get 1,000 levels, but at the same time, don't really want to try that just because potentially we are doing the hardcore event soon. It's not going to be as soon as it was going to be, just because people are quite busy with life and it's understandable, so we're having to wait a bit longer for that. So I do apologize if anybody is looking forward to the hardcore event. So I'm going to get on to showing you what has actually happened here. So as you can see from all the time lapses, we've got so many chests, and this is all the loot. So I don't know whether or not this is overflowing. Not kidding, no. So we've got all of these, which is the leftovers. So we've got all the splash potions, and we've got the regular potions, and then we've got all the ender pearls, and we've got all the books. And yeah, this pretty much goes all the way up. Same for the other side. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff what we've gained. So something what you might be wondering, what are we going to be doing with all the other blocks what we have other than just the quartz? Because I haven't shown the quartz yet, but what are we going to be doing with all these other blocks? We're actually going to be making another shop. I said I wasn't going to be doing shops, but shop seems to be the best way to go forward, and I'm running low on diamonds just a bit. So I'm going to be selling these very unique blocks because they're quite hard to come by, quite a few of these. So we've got the soul sand, which I've nearly got 4 chests, double chests full, which is very, very nice for soul sand if anybody needs them. I think Lynx is actually using this, so I could potentially sell them to him. I've got iron nuggets, which is just nice. Get a bit of iron back from using them all on this farm. We've got this, which is a crying obsidian, which is a very, very nice block, and that's so much crying obsidian. That would take absolutely forever to get without trading, because the only way you can get it other than trading is with the portals, and the portals will randomly generate, and you only get a few blocks per thing, so it's very rare. You can also find them in bastions, but it's still, you don't get that many blocks, so that's a lot of obsidian there. Now we've got the regular obsidian, which is still a crazy amount of obsidian, which I didn't have to mine, so that's saving me a lot of time with this. Leather, we have so much leather. So we've got a full double chest, and then we've got another little bit, and then a full double chest. So we've got a lot of this. This will sell very well within a shop, because leather, as you can tell, you use it for books. I do sell bookshelves, so people may end up just buying the bookshelves, but you can also use leather for item frames, and I think you can use them for a few other things here and there. So it is definitely useful for people to buy. We've got string, which we've got quite a bit of string, which is nice because we don't actually have a mob farm ourselves, so we can use this to make scaffolding because we've been running out of scaffold, and we could potentially sell it. I don't know, Holiday is selling it, but I haven't seen Holiday on the server for a while, so I might try steal some of his customers because he hasn't got any stock in his shop for scaffolding, so I might do that, maybe not, I don't know. These two items here actually aren't part of the 1.16.2 update. So glowstone dust, we've actually got a decent amount of it, and then the magma cube. So these will not be here as soon as we update to 1.16.2, but we've actually got a decent amount of both, so I don't think there's too much of an issue there. I don't have to actually go mining out for glowstone, which is very, very nice. And then we've got the fire charges, which we've got a decent amount of fire charges. I still don't really know what you do other than fireworks with fire charges. I think you can fire them from cannons. I've said this in a previous episode on my hardcore series, but yeah, I don't really know what to do with them. People will have to let me know in the comments. We've got quartz, which is the one which everybody has been waiting for, if you've got this far into the video, and that was so anticlimactic. I accidentally clicked on the above one. Okay, so we've got a giant full double chest of quartz, and then we've got nearly another double chest full of quartz, and this is from probably, I would honestly say, I don't know how much gold. I feel like it's probably about 20 stacks of gold blocks, which is a ridiculous amount. It's nearly 1,200 gold blocks, I think. I think that's how much I've thrown into the system. I've just kind of been doing it here and there whilst I've been doing a lot of graphics, because we're going to be actually streaming on Sunday. So I'm trying to get this video out for Saturday, but I may potentially put it out on Sunday, and then you can come catch me over at my Twitch live stream. It's going to be my first live stream on Twitch, and I've got a lot of graphics what I've done for it, so I hope you guys do come over and you give me a little follow, and we shall have some chats, and we're going to be making the shop on the live stream, which I will probably end up highlighting in the next episode. And then we've got the nether bricks. So this is actually very nice because we can actually use this to make the shop, which I will plan on doing. So we can make the actual nether bricks, not just with a nether singular brick. We can actually place down the bricks. And then we've got gravel, which gravel is actually very useful because, as you know, concrete, you need gravel. And gravel is one of the things which it's a bit of a pain to get. Sand isn't too bad to get for the concrete, but gravel biomes usually are quite small. So we've got this big amount of gravel, which, I mean, I say it's big, but it'll last us for a while, the gravel. I don't know which, it looks the same from every angle. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to touch it. So if you're wondering whether or not we're actually going to be allowing people on the server to use it, the answer to that question is yes. I'm going to let other people on the server use it. However, I'm going to charge them. I think I'm potentially going to charge them 1 diamond block, and then you can use it for the rest of the server. And the only reason behind this is because I want to make some diamonds back because I spent so many diamonds just making this thing, and I'm obviously going to make the shop as well. But at the same time, this is a crazy XP farm, and it's fully AFK, so people are currently using the blaze one, but you still have to kill them, whereas this gives a crazy amount of XP. It might not seem like it right now, but when you get up to the point where you're at level 600, it takes so much XP to even get to the next level or even make a movement on the bar. So that's the reason why it doesn't look that crazy. It is very, very good. I believe it's better than Enderman farms, and it's fully AFK, so that is very, very useful. It does spawn quite a lot and drop them down. But the people who use it on a server, they're not going to be allowed to actually take stuff. I think the only thing I'm going to allow people to take is rotten flesh, because this is pretty much nearly full, this one row. If I just double check here. Yeah, okay, so we've got it all the way up to here. All of these are full. And then that entire row over here is actually full for this one. I believe I put it down so we could get chicken breasts, just raw chicken, and then feathers. But I think they don't spawn on top of magma blocks, or they must die up there. Because, yeah, I've literally got none here. So I may expand this down for rotten flesh just because I've already done this entire row and there's only one more row left. The rotten flesh. So if anybody wants to take rotten flesh, you can take it. You can trade it yourself. Yeah, there's a lot of there. So that is 3 emeralds if you want to do that. But for the gold, I want to be keeping all the gold because that's what I'm going to be selling to you guys, even though you're AFK in here. But I will create an enchantment area so people can come here and enchant the stuff. So at the same time, I'm kind of selling myself out from my shop because my bookshop will give you extra enchantments. But I think mending will still sell because people can't get mending without using a book. I'm actually running quite low on the blaze rods. I say I'm running quite low. I've still got quite a few, but I do want to get that kelp farm, which I mentioned. So here are all the piglins, and I do eventually want to figure out some form of system where I can have a chest and it basically pumps the items, which are going to be gold, and it's going to just evenly distribute it out here. So I may need to get one of the hardcore redstone people on the server because it may look like I'm very good with redstone, but it's very simple. This sorting system's quite simple, just with how you block it up and what items you want to be going into the system. It's not the worst to be doing it, but I have no idea how I could get something so it pops out and then goes back up into this without using water, because water streams are very, very useful for this. And if it was in the overworld, this farm, which it cannot be because they don't spawn in the overworld, it would be a lot easier to use water instead of using so many hoppers. And I think the hoppers may cause a slight bit of lag here and there. I'm not going to lie, it does become a little bit laggy, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the server, which is a good thing for now. At the moment, we have to individually go around, place them in, and then press this and it fires them out, which isn't the worst because we still do have to actually go down, which is very nice, which you can just do, let this fly down. We do need to get the gold nuggets and then convert the gold nuggets into gold ingots, which then we feed into them. So we've got quite a few here. I think this is going to be a few stacks. And then the swords what are smelted and then come down into this end column, which is here. So this isn't usually as full as these, but it does add up over time. As you can see, there's quite a lot of swords which do get smelted down, and it is the exact same for the other side here. So I do like how it's split between the two, because if we didn't split it side by side like this and we just joined it on together, I think it would lag out and it wouldn't collect them all into the hoppers. But at the moment, it does collect them at a quick enough rate so that it doesn't clog up the system, which is very, very nice. There's one issue which I do seem to be having, other than me not being able to jump up this glass, is a few items which seem to just randomly splatter. But I don't know whether or not that's because they splatter on top of these glass blocks. I did have them a bit higher and I've lowered them down. And as you can see, that's a crazy rate what's the spawning in. It's just crazy. I don't know whether or not, they're landing and it's just firing away too quickly, or the walls can't block them. So we do lose out a little bit of loot, but I don't think it's honestly the worst, because we do get so much loot from it as well. So that's pretty much everything here, what we've done so far, and this has been so much work, and it's going to be a bit of a shorter episode than usual, but there's been so many hours into it. I'm going to quickly check out what's actually in the shopping district to end off the episode, because I know there's a few new shops there which I haven't seen, and I can show you guys that. And then there's also a gift that has been left outside of my house by a certain Minetopian. So we are here at my base, and we've got this chest outside, and here it is to Tdot from PB, which is Pale Band-Aid, which is her house over there, the new person on the server. And she's left me a little gift, so let's see what it is. Okay, a wooden sword. Thank you for helping save me stuff. Save me stuff. That's very British what it sounds like. Help me save me stuff. from Pale Band-Aid. And then it is an Excalibur. Oh, so this is called Excalibur. I mean, it's a wooden sword. I mean, maybe if it was a netherite sword, I'd call it Excalibur. I will try my best to kill somebody in the hardcore event with this sword. So I'm going to enchant this sword up and see if I can kill somebody with a wooden sword. That'd be pretty funny. But yeah, thank you very much for the wooden sword and the idea and then to try and kill somebody with it. I hope that I helped you find all your stuff. She was basically mining for diamonds as you do at the beginning of the server, and then she got killed, so I came and helped her out a little bit and fought off some of the mobs. Okay, so there's a few iron golems that have spawned down here. But one of the things what I've also done is reduced the prices of some of these villagers, because now that I've got a gold farm, the only thing what was holding me back from reducing these villagers even more was golden apples, and because I pretty much have an infinite source of gold, I can just make these as cheap as I possibly can, and that was what was holding me back trading with these. So I do think I'm still going to be using these instead of using the actual gold farm. I was talking to the back of my head then. Yeah, I do think I'm still going to be using these to trade up and get all the quartz instead of a gold farm, and I'm going to make more of these just because it's so much quicker to get the blocks of quartz. But at the same time, I do think the gold farm was necessary for the server because people are going to be using it for XP, and it's still an AFK spot for people to go to, and eventually I will still get a lot of quartz AFK over time from that, which is still nice, whereas this is not that much AFK. I have to trade with them and then AFK and not really do anything. So it's a bit of a pain, but yeah, it is what it is. One thing that I forgot to mention that we actually get from the farm is soul speed. So we actually have a full box of soul speed free. So I'm just going to stick them up, 5 diamonds each, get some easy cash. I'm going to stick it up here and I'm going to fill it up and let everybody else know that you can actually get soul speed 5 now. Soul speed 5, soul speed 3, soul speed 3. I'm currently inside Pixie's and Lynx's shop, which is their building shop. In front of my face, which you cannot see, is actually Neely's new shop. And here it is. So he's made a little alley. So I'm going to try and get out into the alley. But it is a very, very cute Diagon Alley-esque, Harry Potter-esque shop, which is selling wood. Here it is. This is Neely Vander's Fine Wands and Woods. Oh, yep, okay, yep, I get it, okay. Oh, got some note block sounds. So this is the inside of the shop. I kind of walked in backwards. So he's got all of the woods here. So he's got all the regular woods. He's also got exotic woods and also shroom lights, which is very, very nice. I did actually buy a load of his stock. So I'm going to just show a clip. I bought a load of his stock, but I think this was as soon as it opened. So I don't know whether or not he's adjusted his prices ever so slightly. No, he seems to have still kept them the same price. I don't know why Neely, out of all things, he's put 2 diamonds for 1 stack of jungle. I did buy the jungle because I thought it's the easiest to get because you can spawn it in a 2x2. So I don't know whether or not he wants to adjust that. I thought he would have made these other ones, which you can't actually spawn in a 2x2. Dark Oak you can. He's done this one as well, which is fair enough because that's hard to get. And then the exotic ones, I think he may have bumped these up to 3 diamonds per stack. Yep. So I bought out all of the warps then because 2 diamonds for 1 stack of it, and it's very hard to get. Yes, please, because I'll probably end up using that within our base because it fits the colour scheme what we're going for. He's done the same for that, and then the shroom lights, 2 diamonds for 32, and that is pretty much all the shops that have been added. Oh, they're still out here. They're still hunting me down. I really can't remember my Harry Potter stuff. I was about to make a Harry Potter reference with the phantoms. What? Where did you come from? What? You might think that wasn't a genuine reaction, but it was. You've not done great with your spawn proofing, Neely and Kip. You said it's spawn proof now. You're charging me 32 diamonds to spawn proof this entire place, and it's still not spawn proofed. Where did that come from? What? Anyways, yeah, I was going to make a reference about the phantoms being the same as one of the creatures of Harry Potter, and I can't remember the names of them, so you have to let me know in the comments. And we can't go an episode without gambling here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to spend probably around 20 diamonds again and see if we make any profits and see if we win anything. And that was our first roll, and we got a win. I said I didn't want to do any of the commons, but it kind of forced it upon us. So, I mean, we should hear a sound, and we should get some iron for free, I guess. I mean, I did buy quite a lot of iron, so... And what? Wait, what? We got other stuff. Wait. Is that supposed to happen? Was I supposed to get that much stuff? That seems like quite a lot of stuff. I feel like that's the red prize as well. But then we've got another one back to back. What? Okay. Yeah, that seems like quite a lot of stuff. I mean, pistons I can't complain with. Hoppers can't complain with. Iron blocks, honey blocks, can't complain. And then we've got what? Okay. What are the odds of this? I got 3 wins in a row and they're all common. And what? I mean, the books, I'm not bothered about the books, but what? There's so much stuff. Is he just throwing all his junk away? There's no way we can win 4 commons in a row. I don't even want to know what the odds are. I feel like that's even more rare than getting a jackpot. Okay, so that was very, very close then. Jesus, guys. Wait, what? I think the system's broke. Adam. I don't know what's happening. Okay, let's just play it and we'll test see if it does break it. So I've just spent 10 diamonds and I haven't got anything else. So I'm not going to spend another 10 because I've literally been here for 15 minutes. It does get a bit boring if you've been here for a little while. So I'm only going to do probably 5 or 10 diamonds an episode, maybe? Something along them lines. I'm going to end off this video here. Like I said earlier in the episode, I am going to be live streaming on Twitch if you're watching this today, so hop over. If not, just give me a follow anyways, because you never know when I might be going live. Other than that, I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.